My Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I am Arachir Galadirthan, the head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as the Adûnâim. In the last episode we captured Adûnâim, the great capital city of old, and it is now our central point, and indeed our capital, which is a bit ambitious, but I've gone ahead and done that. And I think we're at an end turn, so I will probably just go ahead and do that. No, actually, before we end the turn, though, we know that we have finally got enough resources, forces, and troops in the north to push out and take the rest of the mountains. Yes, my lord. And so we shall prevail. Maintain the siege for a second. Yes. What's it got? Bard the Kind. If we were to assault it... He doesn't get any garrison. Oh, we're going in. Some interesting news and development for the channel in general. Obviously the lore videos are very, very popular on the channel, and I indeed intend to continue doing them. And in an attempt to better myself, now that we're quite a few years into this and they are the most requested, last week I purchased some video editing software so that I could actually fiddle around with the videos a bit better, and because up until now, if I ever cut sections out of a video, I always used to use a free software called AVI Demux, because all I would ever do is literally just cut bits and pieces out of the video, and I didn't need anything fancy for that. So I used to use this AVI Demux. And then the problem has come that my NVIDIA is now particularly good. Why are they over there? And so NVIDIA is what I use to record the videos. And NVIDIA was recording better than AVI Demux could actually process. So when it was cutting bits out of the video, the output file was then considerably worse in quality than the input. And this was a bit frustrating, so I finally took the plunge and I bought some video editing software, and it's called Movavi, because I didn't want to get one that I would have to subscribe to, because I'm still not going to do anything major with it. Let's not forget, this is only a hobby of mine. I don't have plans to make this a full-time job, so I didn't want to plunge 60 quid a month into this kind of thing, because I just simply do not use it enough. But anyway, the plus side of that is that it has a lot of features that I hope can then make my lore videos slightly better. It's certainly in quality. For example, I can now separate out the music track from the recording track, so that obviously just will make it a little bit better. I can play around with the volume independently and cut and change bits and pieces. And I can also add other things in, like effects and write on the screen and things like that, which of course in the past I never used to do. Now some of you may be amazed to learn that 2 years into this at 30,000 subscribers, I have never done anything more severe to edit my videos than simply cut and paste bits out. But I do. But I've been watching a few other Lord of the Rings lore videos, and I am something of a perfectionist, and I do take criticism harshly, as many of you may have seen. I'm not very good at processing criticism. It's a major flaw of mine, and I apologise to any and all who I have offended over my time here. I didn't think I would be as bad at it as I actually am, and I'm sorry. But my harshest critic is myself, and listening to some of my older lore videos back, and listening to alternatives out there on YouTube, I think I am far behind. I must confess. I don't want to plunge too much into this, because let's not forget that the bigger channels, the better channels, they probably do it as a full-time job, and I don't. As I've banged on about many times, I'm training to be a solicitor, and so my time, obviously, in the day is taken up with work. Others don't have that problem. So I'm never going to be as good as them, if you will. I'm never going to really outdo anyone. But I think I can just make it a bit better. And so with the Boromir and Faramir video will follow very much the same format as before, but when I come to do the differences betwixt book and film, I hope to really actually step it up. And it may not, it may be just as almost amateurish as it was in the past, but I want to just step the game up a bit, I suppose, is where I'm going with that. So I'm going to look into doing a few other things to try and better the channel's quality. Now these videos, the Let's Plays, they won't change at all, because these are just literally, I press the record button and I end the recording when the game ends, when the 30 or 40 minutes is up, for example. And are you all hitting? Because I think we're only just about going to break that gate. If I move you closer, will you be more accurate? I know, you're pretty accurate. Although, I don't know, some of you are missing. We need to obviously get them closer. So the Let's Play videos won't change. Obviously, I cut out bits and pieces in the Let's Play videos. Sometimes I don't, and you hear me say, I'm going to cut this out, and I didn't. And whilst I'm happy for my channel to remain as something of just as I say, a hobby, an amateur's channel. I have no plans to make this my job, or indeed get professional, if you will. So it will always have a degree of amateur hour about it, but I just think I could step it up in other aspects, so I'm going to try to. But as I said, the Let's Plays won't change. I'm also going to try and... I don't want to write a full script for the lore video, something I've never wanted to do, because I think it sounds scripted when you use a script. I have always personally thought. And I don't want it to sound... I don't want it to be me just reading off a bit of paper. I've never wanted that. So I will continue to do them kind of ad-lib, but I will just improve the scripting, the method by which I write down the information I'm going to talk about. At the moment I use kind of bullet points, but I don't think I am... I don't know what the word would be. I don't think I'm as detailed with them as I need to be. So I would just... Basically, this is just me saying I'm going to try and step the lore videos up in quality a bit. I should also just add an addendum to this video, just an absolute minor point, totally unrelated, but sleeping only 1 metre away from me is our new cat, Taran Kalime, and she may wake up at any moment and come over and start annoying me, but which is fine because I can cut that out and just pause it. But she may wake up and start meowing, and I will not hear that, and I am doing what I can to try and keep an eye on her to stop that happening. But if I put her outside of the room, she will sit on the outside of the door and meow until she just can no longer. She likes being around people. But anyway, there we are. So that's a minor point. Another point about the lore videos that I wanted to touch upon was I've been reading the Fall of Gondolin book this week, and I went to the Tolkien exhibit yesterday in Oxford in the Bodleian Library, or it's in the Western Library actually, but which is part of the Bodleian Library. And it just reminded me that whilst I know a great deal about Lord of the Rings, I'm not an expert. And my videos can be easily picked apart because I don't take the time. I take the time to research things, and then I just go off script, if you will. And these are the moments that people then really jump on. Because if there's one thing that can be said of the Tolkien fan base, it is that they are meticulous with the details. And people do not like ad-lib, they don't like fan fiction, they don't like any of that. The biggest moment of this is my video that I did about the forces of evil, the orcs and Haradrim and Southrons and whatnot, and one gentleman commented extensively about how basically 90% of the video is me guessing at what there's going to be in it. And I think in that regard I need to be clearer when I'm saying something that is kind of my opinion. But also, I feel that some of the earlier videos, I take that even further and actually just outright say things wrong. Which is just inexcusable, especially for someone who's training in the lore as well. And so I was very tempted to actually go back and revisit some of the older ones and try and A, bring them up to the quality of now, and B, address any mistakes. And whilst I would, in an ideal world, love to do that, if I had every day, all day, every day to do these videos, I would do that. But I just don't think it's worth doing a video I've already done purely so that the quality can be improved and the odd mistake can be taken out. But the reason that this is in the forefront of my mind is because, of course, the old videos are still being watched and still being commented on, and these mistakes I've made are being told to me daily. Of course, my comments feed shows me the comments of every video on the channel from the beginning to now. Any comment that is posted, it posts the comments chronologically, not the videos chronologically. And so I'm constantly reminded of my mistakes. And one of the chief ones that's been playing on my mind this week is that Feanor is called Feanor. And I repeatedly, in a video dedicated to him, called him Feanor, which is just so poor. Especially for someone such as myself who finds the language aspect so entertaining and so interesting. That is just ridiculous. And it was in reading the Gondolin book that I have been thinking on that. Because Feanor is mentioned quite a few times. And I just feel, I don't know, I just feel like the slapdash approach to some of the videos is catching up with me, not emotionally, philosophically. and I'm in a bit of a crossroads. I know that many people enjoy them as they are, and that's absolutely fine, but the older videos, when I go back and watch them, I almost cringe at how just rubbish they are, to be honest. But there we are. That's all off my chest. I'm enjoying YouTube now as much as I did at the beginning. I really am. Some days I come home and I really don't want to record. And my golden rule is that if I don't want to, don't. And that's why my schedule is all over the place every week. Because I may have had a particularly naff day at work or a really tiring day, and I'll come home and I just don't have the energy to speak for 40 straight minutes. So I'm just not going to. And so the schedule is always all over the place. That's an image of just elves leaving for... well, it could be any number. It's either the elves, because it's a starlight scene, it's either them on the Great March, and this is just a segment of them coming from Cuavianen. It could well be the elves just going to the Grey Havens and leaving. It could be Gildor Inglorian's company, who Frodo and Sam meet when they leave the Shire, and who they've journeyed with for a while. But then if it was Gildor, then Frodo and Sam would probably be in the image.
Glory, honor, victory.
I don't think we can take this city any bigger.
And honor have conquered.
So I think we should kill everyone and take the money. Oh, 3,000. God, it earns more money than Calatar's stand. 720 from mining alone. Catapult maker. Tarukratan. Kadururatan. Kadruratan. Cracking names. High level tavern. It's got a hall of Aule. We can't even use that. Can't even use that. Oh, but all of our troops can. Right, first things first. Let's repair that at 69. Oh, because we only broke the gate, didn't we, actually? Oh, dear. Oh, of course, we're Middle Eastern, aren't we? We have base game images. I would love to change all of those out, but I just can't find suitable... I mean, we use a lot of Anno 1404 imagery, as you can see with that one. I mean, that one looks off because it doesn't have a shadow. That's what always plagues me about those ones. But, I mean, they fit, I think. I think that looks, for a mod, passable. They look acceptable. But they're no shade on the... I think it was called Warcraft. Is it called Warcraft? Warcraft 3, possibly? Is it? So, anyway, all of the UI, like these, are all taken from a game called, I think, Warcraft. And trying to find ones that match is just a nightmare. I think this is blacksmith retraining, but some of them are cheaper than others, so I don't know. It'll be years before we can use this. Look, I mean, look at that. Interesting that oh no, we just massively surpassed the cultural unrest. 60% cultural unrest, but because of the insane influence of the governor, the tax bonus, health bonus, and fear, it is an absolute minor aspect. But that should definitely see us earning money, yeah. Has anyone got some movement still? Yes, you have. We are going to move... Oh, how far can we move? No, bugger. If we take out the ballistae? No. I wanted to go on that bridge, really.
Yes, my lord.
Making camp here.
Northern Dunedain don't like us. Ah, the Northern Dunedain. This is a subject of interest. Now we are at an end turn, so we'll just go ahead and do that. Many people in the comments say that I should attack the Northern Dunedain and take Fornost Orion for our own. However, a small segment of the comment section suggested we should ally with the Northern Dunedain and bring Númenórean rule to all of Eriador. But I can't ally with the Northern Dunedain until Ered Luin are defeated. Also, of course, I've been long thinking about who shall we attack once we beat Ered Luin, because this campaign is so much fun. And I am going to take down the conglomerate that is Isengard and the Dunlendings. Oh, I couldn't actually build that. I didn't have the money. Calatar stand built its line. Oh, it's building its barracks. Ah, good. Can't retrain that unit yet, though. That's alright. Buzzradum got communal farming. Nice bit of extra money. Dunland are absolutely stepping their game up. Good God. Right. We need to do something in our great capital.
Yes, my lord.
First of all, though, have we got enough generals? Oh, is it faction leader and faction head? No. I'm thinking Asgarzir could take... we could just start taking the Shire before Dunland gets it. We don't want Dunland getting... In fact, I've already sold. That's what we're going to do. Oh, bugger. Dunland have taken the Shire. We need to beat them to Mitchell Delving. Go.
With honor. To battle. An honorable, glorious victory.
Because we are going to attack them soon, and so we cannot have, absolutely cannot have them getting strong. Now it becomes a race, doesn't it? That's the problem when a faction's defeat becomes absolutely set in stone. It becomes a race to try and stop whoever is also killing them from getting too powerful. I'm going to stay allied to the Misty Mountains though, and I'm hopefully going to get the Misty Mountains to go to war to join me. Oh bugger, they're allied to Adûnâim. Oh no. Oh no, you know what's going to happen, don't you?
Your orders, my lord.
When we attack Adûnâim and Isengard, the Misty Mountains are going to break alliance with us and come at us. We're going to be crushed royally.
Yes, my lord.
I can see it already. How are you all doing? I think we might wait here and for the next 2 turns to get those units the armor upgrades, and then we'll move on. We're in no real rush. Now the army here should probably move down to, I don't remember, all of this is controlled by Adûnâim. They can come from any direction. Northern Dúnedain are allied to Adûnâim, and they're at war with the Misty Mountains, so I can't ally with them. I'll never be able to ally with them unless you broke your alliance with the Misty Mountains now. No, that's just stupid. And then they'll attack you before Adûnâim or Isengard do. Well, that's not stupid. I mean, that's if we were trying to actually like go with map completion, world domination. That's actually considerably a better plan. But I don't know what to do with my army here. I'd quite like to move in on Bree, to be honest. I know that Isengard don't actually own that, Adûnâim do, and I need to again beat Misty Mountains to places. And Bree is quite a useful city. A lot of forts in the Bree region. As you can see, they're all listed, dotted around. But we want to just really, as I say, trap Adûnâim in. So I think we will return to Hobbiton. So, the army under the faction leader in your entirety heads south. Oh no. Bugger off, Bixby. Nothing about that sounded like Bixby. Yeah, we need you to get better. You're not a very good leader at the moment. Yes. So you head for Hobbiton.
Yes, my lord.
And take a unit of raiders with you to be the garrison once everything's all said and done.
My lord.
Anagamaiate, I need towers, and I need them now.
Splitting our force, your will, my lord.
Adûnâim didn't hate us even with no garrison. That's madness.
Your orders, my lord.
Right, the dwarves are there, so just return. You guys need to hold Adûnâim.
Yes.
He moves on Hobbiton, and he's going to move on Mitchell Delving, and Captain Doram looks like he's coming back for Adûnâim, doesn't it? I also feel like maybe we should strike while the iron is hot, really, actually, and because what is a few extra armor stats on a few crappy units? Nothing, really. Leave behind that ballista unit, those 2 small numbers. Do you hate me? Oh, no, yes. No, of course you're not going to hate me. There's no one here.
Yes, my lord.
Go and stand on the bridge for now, because you can't make it to Fahamgathol in one go. So wait there. Imrazor and Kalatar, 2 fine generals. How long until that unit is trainable? 4 more turns. Right, so there's a bit of pressure back in the game now, because we're very likely to have 3 enemies once our conquest of Ereador concludes. Our Nuben, I'm wondering if maybe you should go to Argond.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah.
Making camp here.
Because that's going to be on the front line. We need all of these towns to just, at the minute, just reach their full garrison potential. What's your highest? Where's the town hall? Oh, where is the town hall? Oh, that one. It's the dwarves, isn't it? 2 free upkeep, right? Get a unit of crossbows. Argon's free upkeep is probably 3. 1 from the castle. 3, and you've got the general coming, so take a unit of those. And I'd get rid of the halberds, to be honest. Take a unit of those. Do we have a fort? Isengard have that one on the other side of the river. Oh, and that one's still rebel in Isengard territory. Oh, that could be where we prepare. You can have 3 free upkeep. We don't want them being Azraziah raiders. So 1, 2, and the general.
My lord.
I wonder what that will. Go and take it. Go and take it.
In your name, my lord. We have yes.
You guys head down as well. He's only a turn away.
Lord.
Bregos.
We can go no further, my lord.
Use this moment of just extra money to try and get the... Oh, that gives us extra upkeep. But it costs an awful lot of money, goodness. There it is, Warlord's Hall. That's an anno picture again. 2 free upkeep here. I'll take the Marines. Delvorn is not growing. And I imagine also has 2 free upkeep. I'll take a unit of those. And the Marines, to be honest, actually. And I'll move the Halberdiers out when we can. Try and build farms. Try and grow a bit. Basildrim already has a full complement, I believe. Yes, it does. And finally, Anagamaite. You're going to retrain all of them, but they're not going to be your garrison. Absolutely no way. You got 2 free from that. And 5 units. So you can have another. And you're training it. Perfect. Right. Alright. I think we can end the turn again. We'll mop up Mithlond at some point as well. We don't want to leave them there. But we'll wait and do that in a bit. Alright, let's see what Adûnâim does. Don't be little wimps about it, Adûnâim. Oh, they didn't attack anything. It's because they can't. They're just... Dunland has somehow come back with absolute vengeance and is just wrecking Adûnâim from nowhere. I don't want to cheat to make the Misty Mountains and Dunland not allied. We're just going to have to run the gambit. And again, when we attack Dunland, if Isengard and the Misty Mountains both attack us, so be it. But we're going to try and just attack Dunland first and then attack Isengard. That will only...
As you command,
this time we'll maintain the siege. Oh, and that's going to be a tough old battle. In fact, that is almost certainly not going to be a win.
Ships ready.
The garrison at Guhutadar is too great. Ah, Duram went back to Hobbiton.
Your orders, my lord.
We could try and... We've got both of our armies standing right by him. And we could catch him on that bridge.
Yes.
No, we want to make them stand next to each other. So, you go to there.
Yes, my lord.
With honor.
You come and stand next to him.
Yes.
And you just kind of hover around for now.
Your command.
We need Duram to die.
I'm only here to fight the Yuggle. I'll rip off your head and
It's
spit down
the only
your
real
neck.
threat.
Yes.
If we group our armies together, we can crush him. Dunland keeping them busy on that southern side. Yeah, straight into another end turn by the looks of it. We're going to be attacked now, though. For Hamgathel will rise up, I expect. Oh, the Northern Dúnedain. You trying to bribe me? You can't bribe a capital, though. Oh, you could be just trying to... I don't know. Oh, why are you attacking my secondary? Don't be such dweebs about it.
Fall back and regroup.
Ah, well, that unit's
We
dead.
can go no further today.
That's right, we'll have to call another one in from the north. We haven't got Hobbiton yet, though, so this is all for north.
Yes, we should retreat. March to exhaustion.
They're not bothered about Numinous. They're not interested in taking it back. I'm so tempted to auto-resolve the fight against Duram, but he will annihilate us if we auto-resolve it. But it's just going to be such a massive battle. This week, of course, there will only be one Adûnâim campaign episode, as Boromir and Faramir will be next weekend. Will be at the end of the week, because I'll record it on Saturday morning. Oh. The Misty Mountains are about to actually win.
Your will, my lord.
Oh, everything's training though, that's nice. Are you guys training? Yes, you are. Ah, both of them, perfect.
My lord.
You're not going to rebel against me in 2 turns. Oh, you're definitely not, you really like me. They're training, and that's building up to the highest tier that we can make it. Oh, look at this, Christ! And they've got a gambler for a leader.
Your orders, my lord.
That is such a huge dwarven army. Alright, we're going to have to fight it, aren't we?
By your command.
The battle for the Shire
Your
is
orders,
about to
my
begin.
lord. Yes, my lord.
Who do we want to actually be in control of?
Yes, my lord.
That one's got a lot more healthy units.
Your orders.
Oh, it's Factionaire and Faction Leader again. This is so
Yes,
stupid.
my lord. Your orders, my lord.
But then this one's slightly smaller.
Yes, my lord.
Doesn't have. It's only got 1 unit, 2 units of crossbows, 1 unit of shield. It's almost entirely archers.
Your orders, my lord.
Whereas that one's a bit more melee focused.
I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
And we're only going to be able to control one of these armies. The AI is in charge of the other one.
My lord.
I'll take the faction leader.
We shall engage.
Just out of interest, though, this is purely because I want to just test if the dwarves still get ridiculous offensive bonuses. And of course, I will fight the battle, unless we get a ridiculous victory. Ah, now that's interesting. A clear victory. We did lose forces, yes. But they killed so many. So many.
Yes, my
Or
lord.
would you hate me if I actually just carried on now?
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
I want an army of the ones that are still fully outfitted.
Orders, my lord.
Your orders, my lord.
Your will, my lord. Your will, my lord. By your command.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, what, 102 of them?
Your orders, my lord.
Merge that lot together. Archers, it's just giving us archers again. 3 more units we can take. Oh, yeah.
Your orders, my lord.
101, 177.
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord.
Our general has a formidable army. I am just going to allow that because hands up, and in all honesty, I'm a bit over fighting the dwarves now, to be honest, and I'm keen to just wrap them up and move on to Dunland. I really want to fight Dunland. I want to bring our overwhelming superiority down on their backwards wild men behinds and just utterly smash them. I'll tell you what I might do, actually, is also make a Numinas, a coastal settlement in the Files, because of Lake Evandime. Ah, the dwarves are coming to reinforce for Hamgathol. That's worrying.
Yes.
I don't think we can. I really don't think we'll win if they've got more troops, and they've got a lot of siege. I'd really quite like to pull back to that bridge and fight a bridge
I'm only
battle.
here to fight the Yuggle-loot.
I am going to.
With honor. Pulling back from the walls.
And there's 9
How
there.
may
I'll
I
take that.
serve? By your command. Joining forces.
You just have to hold on. And we've moved to the bridge. We'll try and defend at the bridge. Oh, we can finally retrain there. Oh, you don't even have a training facility. Ah, where's the town hall? We're going to have a barracks before we get a town. That's madness. Right. A large army in Mitchell Delving, actually. Very large army in Mitchell Delving. Dunland do not have Deep Hallow yet. That's very interesting. That is really interesting. We could nip across and steal that.
Your orders, my lord.
Lord Asgard's
Command.
Yes.
Arkastamite has a formidable army. He's going to be fine. End the turn. Let's see what the dwarves do. I mean, if we just held here with the regions that we own now and just fought defensive battle after defensive battle, Adûnâim will lose. They're out of this now. Their army is being attacked by 3 factions, 4 if you include the Northern Adûnâim, and they simply do not have what it takes any longer. Now, I will fight this one, and this will be the end of today's episode. I'm very eager, actually, to nip up, assault for Hamgathol, actually attack it, and catch that reinforcing army as they come in. Captain Kuri has got a catapult. That's our only problem here. We need to use our ballistae as catapult killers. Oh, she's waking up, everyone. That is an image, of course, of Frodo riding Asvaloth, and he's being chased by the Nazgûl. And interestingly, the 2 closest to him both have helmets, but looking at it, the 3 coming down the hill do not, which would suggest that maybe that's Khamûl and the Witch King. Oh, and this is a bridge battle that is utterly ballsed up. It might actually work, though. The terrain might not be too steep. If it does work, it'll be a really, really easy defense. We'll see how we get on. Get the rest of the troops actually a bit lower. Yeah, because I think you can walk... we can't deploy outside of our marked area, but I'm pretty sure you can walk around that bit, and they likewise can walk up there by that road. So it does work. It's just obviously it's a valley map. Which, I mean, these are accurate reflections of real life. People fought battles in valleys, and rivers, of course. Well, this is more canyon, really, isn't it? And there's nothing to say that this wouldn't be successful. That it wouldn't be like this, that it would be steep canyon sides with a bridge at the bottom. It's just obviously merchant convoys and things would never really get through here. Is the real problem. We're not being attacked by very much. We need to absolutely make sure that our 2 ballistae battalions drop the catapults before the battle really kicks off.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Are the catapults coming in reinforcements, or are the catapults in the main army? Ah, no, they're coming as reinforcements. Right. I want that gap plugged. No, don't do that. Walk down there and then go to shield wall. You definitely want to make sure the crossbows have a nice little height advantage. Get those 2 units to go down there. Oh, and the savages just hang on that hill there, that's fine. You 3, can you go along there? Yes, you can. You guys have much better range, so you can go higher up. You haven't got very many arrows anyway, so that makes no real odds. Oh, you can go there, actually. That's better, isn't it? Yes, take up positions, men, in the middle. Oh, yeah, they are coming. Bugger, everyone run! You guys are not firing until you can shoot those catapults. There we are, we caught the enemy. Hold ground. Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Stand still, fire at will. What is this that's charged us? Broadbeam Wardens.
If we continue like this, we will
Bilgathel
smash
Hammer's
the
pushing through. This is the problem though, the bridge battle will be useful if we can get a lot of arrows and archers off. But once the enemy actually arrives in melee, they'll smash us. Utterly smash us. And that is not many good Bilgathel going down. The enemy over here comes in. There's the catapults. The catapults have the potential to ruin everything. And they're going to have a range bonus as well. I'm actually wondering if our ballistae up here are going to be in a really bad position for this. How are we doing down here? Oh. Even though you're meant to be on holding and defensive mode, you're pouring into the enemy. Oh, the Bronze Guard is going down nicely though. Nogrod pikes are coming. Bugger. Where were those 3 that we sent? Oh, they're going a long way around. Oh, no! 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 They've stopped! Bugger. Catapults! You might as well fire at will.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Is it grape shot? Are they using grape shot? Oh god, no! They're using normal catapult
Only half
shots.
the enemy force remains.
Oh, where are you, you slow-moving buggers? Oh, you're so far away. I mean, they're killing their own, which is always handy. Can we send someone through? 51 of you. Can you push through? I don't care about killing or anything. I just need you to go and shut down the ballista. No, you're dying. You're dying. And they're nowhere near. And of course, remember that each ammunition type on a catapult is available no matter what. So once it runs out of its main shot, it can then happily change over to this then full ammunition of grape shot. And once it runs out of that, it can happily change over to its then full ammunition supply of mortar shot. Our ballista up there, though, is doing so well. Raining flaming hell from that cliff top. Look at that, so far away and yet pinpoint accuracy. The enemy is running. The enemy is running. Get yourselves up that hill. The rest of you, sans those. Oh no, wrong way around. Sans those. Stop. Go defensive. Still no position. They do not like climbing around that hill, do they? I think you might even have to go lower than where I'd sent you before. Who are you all still fighting? Why is no one in position yet? Oh, there's a Gabilgatha Hamagan in there. Ignore, ignore. Go for it. Just need to shut the catapult down and then this is an easy win. There we are. Oh dear. The captain is still alive. Not anymore. Oh, excellent. The catapult is dealt with. Alright. Ballaster crew. Feel free to fire at will. Keep it at ×6, everyone. Let's wait for the enemy to come. Ah, here they are. Speaking of that. Now, this army is not as good. It has no elites. So the other one was the elites, and this is the main. Savages, you might be needed now. Just hold your position now. Oh, they're running away.
Victory will be ours.
Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, and our Marines not only killed the catapult crew. Oh, of course, because the catapult crew, even in a Dwarven army, is still just trash. They are one of the worst melee units in the game, the siege crews. Even the Dwarven ones. I'm going to have some cinnamon and raisin toast after this, I think.
We will smash the enemy.
Get that catapult crew to come down the end here. Get the Marines, sorry. Send everyone in and we might get a mass rout. Just the sheer volume of people pressing into them. Come on, you buggers, rout. Rout for me.
Only half the enemy force remains. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
No, they're not routing. And not only are they not routing, but they are killing us. Aha! Oh, they're not routing. They are organising a retreat. Yeah, it's over. They're running away.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Oh, did you never fire? Yes, because you were always constantly moving. Whoops. Were you even ranging then? Ah, yes, you were. No, you weren't. You couldn't shoot up. I didn't realise the game was that accurate, to be honest. Alright, it's over. We just unfortunately got to wait for them to leave. But they're not far from the boundary. Excellent. I don't know where these units came from or what town they issued forth from. But they will not help the defence of Fahamgathon. Oh, something I should also just mention is rather than use the microphone's artificial gain to make my voice louder, I have boosted the microphone using NVIDIA. And so do say if you think it's a little overbearing. And of course, do bear in mind that when listening on headphones, the sound is considerably different to when listening over speakers or on the television. I have found in all of my testing that on headphones, the background noise is considerably louder than my voice, whereas on the on speakers or on a television, the voice is much louder than the background noise, and I do not know why that is. Something to do with the sound being closer to your head, I suppose. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but either way, it does mean that it creates an odd situation when listening to it back. So if you're listening purely on headphones, if you only ever listen on headphones, then you'll hear a slightly different sound to those who listen through the speakers. These two dwarves. I was very tempted then to just say, oh, I'll just cut this out. And then we wouldn't have to watch the dwarves run across the entire map. Because we've just got to wait for those two to actually leave. Now he's going to get up very quickly, and he's going to make tracks for the very corner. That's bloody annoying. Ah, well. We'll just wait it out. We've spoken over the top of it for most of it anyway, and we are literally about to end the episode. So feel free to just skip along. Save me having to edit the last 20 seconds of the video and then process a new video and all that kind of stuff. Whilst I have new video editing software, I am loath to use it. And he goes.
We have won here today.
We lost 667. Most kills fell to the Belagar footman of all units, 177. Well done. Oh, that's cool. I would imagine that is probably Bree. My first thought was that it's very Dalian architecture from the film, but it's not on a lake. It could be Dale. It could actually just be Dale. That's correct. But something about it just suggests to me that it's Bree. It's Bree, partially because we're obviously on a hill looking down over the town, and Bree was famous for being built around a hill. It's got a hill in the middle. It's not famous for it, but it's known for it. And so it looks like we're on the top of the hill looking out over the rest of the town. Could be wrong. Interesting waterways down here, though. Kill them all. Did you all just notice that the defenders of Famgathol just moved out? Utter morons. Oh, dwarves. I know that the world is crushing down around you, and you are about to die to your worst and most hated enemies, the orcs of the Misty Mountains. But helping them is not helping... it's not helping you. Fools. No, we don't need a man with that picture. And yes, we can finally build it. Thank you. Just have a little look around. Oh, and even us built our Mason's Guild house. And why have we suddenly got 7,000 gold coins? Where did that come from? We need more culture, really, here. But actually, no, get an armory first, because that's not dependent on culture. Let's get a boost to defending this place when we're inevitably attacked. Lord Asgazir. Keep going for Deep Hallow. Mitchell Delving's garrison has just boosted itself up. The dwarves are taking a let's just sit here and hope the enemy doesn't come strategy. Captain Thror has completely just abandoned for Famgathol to its fate, and we will happily move in then and crush the buggers. But that is going to be where we end this episode, but let's just have a little look at the Toggle Fog of War again, because it's interesting. Misty Mountains haven't made any gains by the looks of it. Yes, they have. They've taken Carndum. Adûnâim now an absolute shell of its former self. Oh, and Bree is already at the Misty Mountains. We're at Bree. God, do we need the Shire quickly. We're about to be... We need everything that is available here. We need to stop the Misty Mountains from expanding too bloody sweet. Maybe that's where Thror's going, because he's all Adûnâim have left. They really are right up against the cosh, aren't they? They've got no hope. The armies in Hobbiton and Mitchell Delving are their only remaining armies that we have to worry about. Drar in the Respected is obviously keeping Dundon busy, but Dundon will definitely overwhelm him. The Misty Mountains have pushed right past Gura the Kind and are pressing in on Bree and Fornost. Oh dear. There are no armies in the north. That is going to just fall in a matter of turns. And we're up there taking for Famgathol. Oh, this is such a race. This is such a race. We need to quickly, definitely get the Shire. We need to secure the Shire. But then everything west of that should be ours. A line at Barketta and Fuirost. If we can try and get those three, That can try and make that our line. Then hopefully we'll get Deep Hallow. And then maybe we might be able to mop up Mitchell Delving after Dunland have battered away at it. I don't know. Dol Guldur are getting smashed as well. The Misty Mountains are just absolutely wrecking it. They are turning into a Mordor. Of course, Mordor is at war with Isengard, keeping them in check, which unfortunately means that when we go to war with Isengard, so actually, here's my theory. Settle down, children, and listen in. Because I think, number one, the Misty Mountains will attack us because they're the most powerful nation in the game. But I don't think Isengard will, because they can't risk shifting forces from Mordor, whose only current enemy is them. Dorwinion are not a concern of Mordor's, I would not suggest. They are a pathetic, tiny, nothing kingdom in the north at the moment. Dol Amroth is 2 provinces, and Gondor is 1 province. So I think Mordor and Isengard are their only real chief enemies now. I tell you what I would love to do is just swoop in and take Dol Amroth and Netherland. We get some really good units from these 2 places, actually, some really good units. And I think we might try and do that. But then if Isengard do attack us, they'll take these 2 off of us in no time. But Mordor I don't think would attack us. They have no reason to hate us. So
Is that what you want?
I don't know. I just would really love to get Dol Amroth and Netherland, because we can train troops out of those 2 places that look like us. And they'd be such good locations to get, especially Dol Amroth. I'd love to take Dol Amroth. But we'd need a really elite army. It would be a huge expedition. We need to worry about just mopping up Adûnâim first and beating Misty Mountains, who are coming like the plague, stretching across Europe from the east. Or Eriador in this case. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end the episode. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a bit of a rambly one. And I hope you'll enjoy the channel's direction if I can really pull this off. If I can at least just get a little shred of improvement in the videos. Maybe even just have something more to look at. I don't know. I'm going to look into it a bit. And I welcome your thoughts and your feedback. Let me know. And until we speak again, Navarna den Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.